Life is a journey. It's a path that winds and turns, sometimes leading us through sun-drenched meadows and other times through dark and treacherous forests. But no matter what path we find ourselves on, one thing remains constant. There will be struggles. Obstacles will rise in our way. Challenges will test our limits. These struggles can take countless forms. They might be financial setbacks, relationship problems, health issues, or career roadblocks. They can be sudden and unexpected, or they can slowly chip away at our resolve over time. But no matter their shape or size, these struggles share one common trait. They are inevitable. To live is to struggle. It's part of the human experience. And while it might be tempting to wish for a life free from hardship, a life without challenges would ultimately be a life devoid of growth and meaning. It is in these moments of struggle, when we are pushed to our limits, that we discover our true strength. When faced with adversity, it's perfectly natural to feel a surge of doubt, fear, and even despair. The desire to give up, to wave a white flag and retreat to the comfort of what we know can be overwhelming. We question our abilities, our resilience, and our very worthiness of the dreams we hold dear. These feelings are not signs of weakness, but rather a testament to our humanity. We are not robots programmed to handle every challenge with stoic indifference. We are emotional beings, hardwired to experience a full spectrum of feelings, both positive and negative. It's okay to feel overwhelmed. It's okay to want to give up. In these moments of vulnerability, we must remember that these feelings are temporary. They are waves of emotion that will eventually crest and break. What matters most is that we don't allow these feelings to define us, to dictate our actions, or to extinguish the fire that burns within. While it might seem counterintuitive, embedded within every challenge, every obstacle, every setback, lies an opportunity. These are not merely roadblocks on our journey, but rather detours designed to lead us to even greater heights. It's easy to view hardship as something to be avoided, but what if we chose to see it through a different lens? What if, instead of viewing these challenges as insurmountable obstacles, we recognize them as opportunities for growth, resilience, and self-discovery? What if we embraced the struggle, not as something to fear, but as a crucible in which our spirits could be forged and our potential unlocked? This is not to say that we should seek out suffering or welcome hardship with open arms. Rather, it's about shifting our perspective, about recognizing that within every challenge lies the potential for growth, for transformation, and for the emergence of a stronger, more resilient version of ourselves. We must remember that the greatest achievements in life are often born from the ashes of our greatest struggles. Life has a way of throwing curveballs when we least expect them. Just when we think we've found our footing, when we've settled into a comfortable rhythm, something happens. A sudden shift, a jarring change, an unexpected obstacle slams into our carefully constructed plans, leaving us reeling in shock and disbelief. This initial shock can be paralyzing. It's like the world around us has tilted on its axis, and we're struggling to regain our balance. We might find ourselves replaying the events that led to this moment, searching for a different outcome, a way to rewind the clock and rewrite the narrative. But the truth is, we can't change the past. This initial shock, this feeling of being blindsided by life's unexpected turns, is a natural part of the human experience. It's our instinctive response to the unknown, to the sudden disruption of our carefully constructed comfort zones. It's in these moments of disorientation that we must allow ourselves the space to feel, to process, and to begin the slow climb out of the darkness and back into the light. As the initial shock begins to subside, another emotion often takes hold. Fear. It wraps around us like a cold and suffocating blanket, whispering doubts in our ears, amplifying our insecurities and painting a bleak picture of the future. We imagine worst-case scenarios, our minds racing with all the things that could go wrong. Fear is a powerful motivator, but it can also be incredibly destructive. It can paralyze us, keeping us trapped in a cycle of worry and inaction. It can convince us that we're not strong enough, smart enough, or resilient enough to overcome the challenges before us. We start to believe that giving up, waving the white flag, is the easiest and perhaps only option. But here's the thing about fear: it thrives on uncertainty. It feeds on our doubts and insecurities. The more we allow fear to dictate our thoughts and actions, the more power we give it. To break free from its grip, we must confront our fears head-on, challenge their validity, and replace them with courage and determination. In the midst of struggle, when fear has taken root and doubt clouds our judgment, the temptation to surrender can be overwhelming. We tell ourselves that giving up is the easier path, the less painful option. We convince ourselves that we've tried our best, that we're not meant for this, that some dreams are just not meant to be. This seduction of surrender, this allure of giving up on our dreams and aspirations, can be incredibly persuasive. It promises relief from the pain of striving, from the weight of expectation, from the fear of falling short. It whispers promises of comfort and ease, of a life free from the burden of our ambitions. But surrendering to this temptation comes at a steep price. It means abandoning our dreams, betraying our potential, and settling for a life less than what we're capable of achieving. It means allowing fear to win, letting doubt dictate our decisions, and forfeiting the opportunity for growth, resilience, and self-discovery that lies on the other side of struggle. There comes a moment in every struggle, often when we're at our lowest point, when something shifts. We reach a crossroads. The path of surrender, of giving in to fear and doubt, stretches before us, tempting us with its promise of ease. But another path, often narrower and more challenging, also emerges. This is the path of resilience, of choosing to fight for what we believe in, of refusing to let our struggles define us. This turning point can be subtle. It might be a quiet whisper in the back of our minds, a flicker of hope amidst the darkness, a sudden surge of determination that rises from deep within. It's the moment we decide that we're not going to let our struggles break us. We're going to use them to become stronger, wiser, and more resilient than we ever thought possible. This turning point isn't always marked by a dramatic epiphany or a sudden burst of energy. Sometimes it's a slow and gradual process, a series of small decisions we make each day to keep moving forward, to keep fighting for ourselves and our dreams. It's in these quiet acts of courage, these moments of choosing hope over despair, that we begin to rewrite the narrative of our lives. Section 2, the power of choosing your response. Viktor Frankl, a psychiatrist who survived the horrors of the Holocaust, once wrote, "Everything can be taken from a man, but one thing, the last of the human freedoms, to choose one's attitude in any given set of circumstances, to choose one's own way." These words hold profound wisdom for anyone facing challenges in life. We may not be able to control the circumstances we find ourselves in, but we always have the power to choose our response. We can choose to succumb to fear, anger, and resentment, or we can choose to approach our challenges with courage, grace, and determination. This power of choice is what separates those who overcome adversity from those who are consumed by it. It's the understanding that our circumstances do not define us. It's our choices, our responses that shape our destiny. We may not be able to outrun the storm, but we can choose to face it head-on, armed with the strength of our convictions and the unwavering belief in our ability to weather any storm life throws our way. Section 3. The strength found in vulnerability. There's a common misconception that strength means never showing weakness, never admitting vulnerability, never letting our guard down. But true strength lies not in our ability to hide our struggles, but in our courage to embrace them. It's in acknowledging our pain, our fears, and our doubts that we open ourselves up to the possibility of healing, growth, and transformation. When we allow ourselves to be vulnerable, we invite others to do the same. We create a space for authentic connection, for empathy and understanding. We break down the walls of isolation and shame, and we discover that we're not alone in our struggles. Embracing vulnerability doesn't mean wallowing in self-pity or seeking sympathy. It's about acknowledging our humanity, recognizing that we are all flawed and imperfect beings, doing our best to navigate the complexities of life. It's about extending grace to ourselves and others, understanding that setbacks and failures are not signs of weakness, but rather opportunities for learning and growth. It's in these moments of shared vulnerability that we forge the deepest connections and discover the true meaning of strength. Section 1. The power of perspective. Challenges have a way of distorting our vision, of making mountains out of molehills and amplifying our fears. In the midst of struggle, it's easy to get caught up in the negativity, to focus on what's wrong, to dwell on the unfairness of it all. But this type of thinking only serves to keep us trapped in a cycle of despair. To break free, we must shift our perspective. We must train our minds to see the opportunity in every obstacle, the lesson in every setback, the potential for growth in every challenge. This isn't about denying the difficulty of our circumstances, but rather about choosing to focus on what we can control, our thoughts, our beliefs, and our actions. Imagine for a moment that every challenge you face is a gift, a stepping stone on your path to greatness. What if these difficult experiences are not happening but you? What if they are divinely orchestrated to help you grow? To push you beyond your perceived limitations, to mold you into the person you're destined to become. This shift in perspective, from victim to victor, from fear to faith, can be a game changer in how you approach and overcome life's inevitable challenges. Section 2. Fueling the fire within. Resilience, the ability to bounce back from adversity, is not a fixed trait. It's not something we're born with or without. It's a muscle that we build through repeated exposure to challenges. Just as a weightlifter lifts heavier weights to build strength, we develop resilience by facing and overcoming obstacles. But resilience, like a fire, needs fuel to keep burning. It needs to be nurtured, cultivated, and protected from the winds of doubt and despair. This fuel comes from within. It comes from our values, our beliefs, and our unwavering commitment to our dreams. Identify what fuels your fire. Is it your family, your faith, your desire to make a difference in the world? Whatever it is, hold it close. Let it be your guiding light in the darkest of times. Remember why you started on this journey in the first place. Recall the dreams that set your soul on fire, and let the thought of achieving them fuel your determination day after day, step after step. Section 3. The relentless pursuit. The road to success is rarely a straight line. It's filled with twists and turns, detours and roadblocks. There will be moments when you want to give up, when the finish line seems impossibly far away, when the weight of your struggles feels unbearable. It's in these moments that you must dig deep, tap into your inner reserves of strength, and keep moving forward, one step at a time. This relentless pursuit of your dreams requires unwavering commitment, an unyielding belief in yourself, and a refusal to accept defeat. It means showing up every single day, even when you don't feel like it, even when you're tired, even when you're afraid. Remember, you are capable of more than you can possibly imagine. You have within you the strength, the resilience, and the determination to overcome any obstacle, to achieve any dream. But you must be willing to fight for it. You must be willing to embrace the struggle, to push past your comfort zone, to never ever give up. Section 1. Stories of triumph. History is filled with stories of individuals who faced unimaginable adversity and emerged stronger, their spirits unbroken, their determination ignited. These are the stories that remind us that the human spirit is capable of overcoming even the most daunting challenges. Consider the story of Helen Keller, a woman who lost both her sight and hearing at the age of 19 months. In a world shrouded in darkness and silence, she could have easily surrendered to despair. But with the unwavering support of her teacher, Anne Sullivan, Helen defied all odds. She learned to communicate, to read, to write, and ultimately to live a life filled with purpose and passion, becoming a powerful advocate for others with disabilities. Or think of Malala Yousafzai, a young Pakistani girl who was shot in the head by the Taliban for daring to speak out in favor of education for girls. Instead of being silenced by fear, Malala's voice grew stronger. She became a global advocate for education, her courage and determination inspiring millions around the world. At the age of 17, she became the youngest person ever to win the Nobel Peace Prize. These stories, and countless others like them, serve as powerful reminders that within each of us lies an indomitable spirit, a wellspring of resilience that can carry us through even the darkest of times. They teach us that our struggles do not define us. It's how we respond to them, how we rise above them, that reveals our true character. Section 2. The unseen battles. It's important to remember that the most challenging battles we face are often fought not on public stages or in the glare of the spotlight, but within the quiet confines of our own hearts and minds. These are the battles against self-doubt, against fear, against the insidious whispers of inadequacy that can erode our confidence and steal our joy. Every day, people from all walks of life wage silent wars against unseen enemies. The single mother working 2 jobs to provide for her children, battling exhaustion and despair as she strives to create a better future for her family. The entrepreneur facing rejection after rejection, clinging to a vision only they can see as they pour their heart and soul into building their dream. The student struggling to overcome a learning disability, fighting for every ounce of progress, determined to prove that their potential knows no bounds. These unseen battles, these personal struggles that often go unnoticed by the outside world, are no less significant than those fought on grander stages. They require the same grit, the same resilience, the same unwavering belief in oneself. And while they may not always come with trophies or accolades, the victories won in these battles are often the most profound, for they shape our character, forge our strength, and pave the way for a life of meaning and purpose. Section 3. Your victory awaits. The journey ahead may be long and the road may be fraught with challenges, but never lose sight of this one irrefutable truth: your victory awaits. It may not come easily and it may not come quickly, but with every step you take, with every obstacle you overcome, with every challenge you embrace, you are drawing closer to the realization of your dreams. Imagine yourself crossing the finish line, the weight of your struggles lifting from your shoulders, the taste of victory sweet on your lips. Hear the roar of the crowd, the cheers of those who believed in you, the echoes of your own inner voice whispering, "You did it, you never gave up, this is your moment, this is your time to rise." Embrace the struggle, unleash your potential, and claim the victory that is rightfully yours. Section 1. The unbreakable spirit. Life is a journey of peaks and valleys, of moments of triumph and periods of profound challenge. It's a tapestry woven with threads of joy and sorrow, of victory and defeat, of dreams realized and dreams deferred. But through it all, the human spirit, your spirit, possesses an unyielding strength, an unbreakable resilience that has the power to weather any storm, to overcome any obstacle, to rise above any adversity. You've been through a lot in this life. You've faced challenges that tested your limits, moments that made you question everything, experiences that left you feeling lost and broken. But look at you, still standing, still fighting, still dreaming. You made it through those dark nights, you survived those storms, and you emerged stronger, wiser, and more resilient than you ever thought possible. This is the power of the human spirit. It's the fire that burns within, the unwavering belief in oneself, the refusal to be defined by circumstance. It's the voice that whispers, "You can do this," even when doubt screams the loudest. It's the force that propels you forward, one step at a time, towards the light of a brighter tomorrow. Section 2. A call to action. This is your call to action. A call to embrace the struggle, to lean into the challenges, to view every obstacle as an opportunity for growth and transformation. The world needs your light. It needs your strength. It needs your unique gifts and talents. Don't let fear hold you back. Don't let doubt dim your shine. Don't let the opinions of others drown out the whispers of your own heart. You are capable of achieving incredible things. You're worthy of your dreams. But it all starts with a decision to keep going, to keep fighting, to keep believing, even when it's hard, even when you're tired, even when you can't see the finish line. This is your life. This is your moment. Step into your power, embrace the journey, and never, ever stop believing in the extraordinary potential that lies within you. The world is waiting to witness your greatness.